So here we are then, once again with F1 2021 and another part of my Immersive Driver Career Mode with Alpine F1. Today we've got the Japanese Grand Prix, one of the nicest tracks to drive on the calendar. I'm never really that quick round here, so I am expecting another tough weekend, but we will give it everything we've got. In the last episode, we talked about the different performance upgrades that are coming through, so hopefully in the next couple of Grand Prix, if these do get through, then we can really start challenging up there with the likes of McLaren, Red Bull, Aston Martin, Ferrari, etc., and make it a really close battle with the guys in front. You can see over the season we have developed fairly steadily. There's been a couple of Grand Prix where we haven't brought any upgrades, but you know, generally we have got little bits and pieces coming about throughout the season, and we are now catching back up towards that middle pack of four that we've been battling all season. Really, we've been punching above our weight, but I would like to see us do a little bit better, so let's see how we get on in Q1. Well, here we go then. First timed lap up to the line, and it's a 1:29.1, which will definitely not be enough to get through Q2, but we will try our very best to improve on that. It felt like a scruffy little lap time. But, this one has been disallowed, very much so. Well, here we come then, up to the line. We will get one more lap, but it's 14th for the moment, which would be through to Q2, a 1:28 flat. Let's see how we get on with our final time of the session. Well, that is going to be that. It was a bad error going into the first turn, and we've had a few of those this weekend. But as it stands, we are going through to Q2, but who knows? Okay, there you have it then. By the skin of our teeth, we're through to Q2. We'll be happy with that, and maybe if we can find some more slight improvements, as good as 12th could be on offer. Well, here we come up to the line in these wet weather conditions, and well, we've gone 4th at the moment, 5th. You know, these conditions are getting worse and worse, so surely that is possibly going to be good enough to get through to Q3. We will have to see. Vettel's gone out on the intermediate tyres, and it seems like they are quicker, so I will be heading straight back out there. Not with that. I will be heading straight back out there on the inters and see if we can improve a little bit. Well, here we come up to the line on the intermediate tyres. This is so much better. And we come through and up into 11th. That is devastating that we're so close to the top 10, but not quite in it at the moment. We need to come in and get some more fuel. Well, here we come up to the line, 3.5 tenths quicker. Oh, only 12th place, but I think we did beat Fernando, which is good. I don't think we would have done that in the dry, so fairly happy with that, to be honest with you. Certainly not bad. Beat him by 0.3 of a second, and well, another couple of tenths would have got us through to Q3. But Max Verstappen is out. He must have crashed at some point. I'm not entirely sure what's happened there. Yeah, terminal damage. So there you go. Max Verstappen out, and we qualify in 12th, so yeah, we'll see what the race has in store.
Welcome along then to the magnificent Suzuka International Circuit, a stone's throw away from Issa Bay in the beautiful Japanese countryside. What surprises lie in wait for us today in the Japanese Grand Prix? We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the rundown into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Vettel, Stroll, Verstappen and Pierre Gasly, the captain, Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher and Giovinazzi, Mazepin, Russell, Nicholas Latifi and Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Here we go then, down on the track. Let's have a little look at the strategy that we could be going for today. Well, apparently we're going for the alternate pit strategy, mediums then hards later on. I'm inclined to go for the softs first, see what we can do, although I do sort of agree the alternate might be the only way that we get going with it. Yeah, it is very interesting. I mean, they do seem to think, well, why don't we go for that? Why not? Let's just give it a good old go. 27 laps. It's going to be tough today, I think, but we will try our absolute hardest.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one.
That's what you get for looking at your phone. You should be going onto a formation lap, but let's just skip it and see how we get on. Lights out, away we go here in Suzuka. It's a pretty poor start off the grid, let's be honest, but that just seems to be our form with starts, I'm afraid. But down to 15th as it goes. But as I always say, let's keep it nice and tidy through this first sector. Let's make sure we don't lose our front wing or anything like that. We just stay near George Russell and we fight our battles later in the race. Well, we're going to have an early chance here on George Russell into the hairpin. And we're through. So a nice little move there. Well, it's Mazepin ahead, so we should be quicker than him. Giovinazzi as well. Both drivers that we very much have qualified in Q1, so I'm hopeful here. I'm hopeful that we can get back into this. We're right behind Nikita Mazepin here. This is going to be risky, but we go down the inside of 130R, and that is a classic move. And we are through up to 13th, so not too bad, only losing the 2 places on the first lap. Let's see how we get on from here. Well, you join me on lap 6 of this Grand Prix. We're still glued to the back of Antonio Giovinazzi. We have managed to pull away from Mazepin, who was in front of Fernando Alonso, so we're doing okay so far. We're actually matching the pace of the guys around us. I still think 11th is probably the best that we can manage, but who knows? Well, we're going to come into the pits, see if we can get an undercut on the cars ahead. Oh, Fernando's in as well. This is not good. I didn't think he would be coming in this early.
Exit now. You'll be racing into the pits.
Wasn't the quickest pit stop, and unfortunately that will hamper Fernando's race. But we're going to be back out there.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Just ahead of that Ferrari of Carlos Sainz as well. Not entirely sure what's happened to him this race. Don't know why he's a pit stop behind us particularly, but yeah, that's the way these things go. Of course, he's not quite on our in the same race as us really, so we've got to make sure that we stay ahead of him and not let him hold us up too much. Well, there's Kimi Räikkönen, so he's come out just in front of us, and we were just behind his teammate before. He's gone onto the hard tyres though, so we should be able to hopefully get past him fairly easily. Just got to stay close to him through Dunlop up to the Degnas. Degna 1, Degna 2. Not quite close enough to make a move on him here, I don't think. But if we can hold this together, we should be able to make a move very, very shortly. Everybody's setting faster slaps of the race. Oh, what a move we managed to make there. That was quite unbelievable. Wow, we almost went 4 wide into turn 1, but now we're past both Giovinazzi and Räikkönen. Hopefully they can hold up Carlos Sainz a little bit.
There's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now. Gap to car in front is 7.0 seconds.
But now we got to push on. And I kind of just want to let him pass, but well,
Okay,
I think that's his fault, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at this. From the bird's eye view, we go down the inside. Yeah. Well, we had the corner, really, and he's just sort of stuck on the inside. He needed to back out of that, and he didn't. And, well, that's Carlos Sainz gone now. He won't be finishing this race ahead of us. Will you join me on lap 22 of 27? And, well, we're still battling away here. Still plugging away. We're well ahead. Okay, so you join me on lap 23, just as we are about to go through 130R. We're apparently going to lose some tyre grip soon, but I don't think it'll make too much difference. We are sort of in a world of our own. We're 6 seconds ahead of Antonio Giovinazzi in 12th. We're 10 seconds pretty much behind
the car ahead is
Pierre Gasly
9.4 seconds
in front. So, however, what might make it a little bit interesting is that Fernando Alonso is about to pass Gio, so he could well catch us before the end of the race. But here we are then on the final lap of the race, and Fernando, as I predicted, is closing in, but shouldn't reach us by the end of the race. We've got a 3-second buffer on him, but we've done pretty well to finish 11th in this Grand Prix. Of course, we certainly didn't have the pace in qualifying, just squeezed through to Q2, finishing 15th in the end, right on the cusp. But you know, that little bit of rain in Q2 allowed us to qualify 12th. We out-qualified Fernando, got off to a poor start, but fought our way back through the field, and I think picking the medium tyres as our second stint tyre has really helped us. And you know, finishing 11th, certainly not bad. There might be a late retirement, you never ever know, but Fernando really is pushing hard behind. The possibly another lap he might have got us. It's been very impressive, because we're putting in pretty much our personal best time here. Fernando is still going to finish right behind us, but here we come up to the line. It's going to be 11th place. No points today, but a decent finish nonetheless.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
They've done it then, here at Suzuka. A brilliant win on this beloved figure-of-8 circuit. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. So, let's review the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I think it has to be Fernando Alonso. He got the strategy spot on and consistently had the pace to come through as well.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
So there we have it then. We finish 11th and 12th in the Grand Prix. It's not too much of a surprise. I mean, look at Sebastian Vettel finishing 5th. Again, Aston Martins very much have beaten us in that battle. Red Bull, not a very good weekend for them. 6th and 7th. Leclerc from pole down to 8th. Stroll finishing 9th. He'll be pretty disappointed, I think. Gasly finishing in 10th there. Carlos Sainz finishing all the way down in 16th. He was the only one on a 2-stop strategy. But you can see we were the 4th slowest guy out there today, but managed to finish 11th. So we really did battle well. And we're reasonably consistent. So I'm happy with that. And hopefully we can take the positives from this Grand Prix into the next episode. And hopefully you'll join me for that. If you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more F1 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.